The journey towards cultural assimilation. From the beginning of the 13th century, the Turk Empire of Delhi Sultanate brought Arab and Persian culture with them, which intermingled with the local Indian traditions. Later, with the Mughals, this intermixing of the cultural traditions was seen in the monuments, paintings, literature, and music of medieval India. Monuments built by Sultan. The first mosque built by them was Kuwaitu Islam Mosque near the Qutub Minar in Delhi. In these buildings, the Delhi Sultans used arch and dome on a large scale. Sultan used geometrical and floral designs and panels with verses from Quran inscribed on them. The Turks used fine quality mortars in their buildings. Hindu motifs swastika, lotus, etc. were also used. They added color to their buildings by using red sandstone. Yellow sandstone or marble was used to show off the color of the red sandstone. The Tughlaq rulers built Tughlaqabad. Firoz Tughlaq built Hauj Khas, and the Lodi sultans made Lodi Garden in New Delhi. Qutub Minar. The most magnificent building constructed in this period was the Qutub Minar. Qutub Minar's entire architecture is Islamic in origin. It is the highest 71.4 meter brick minaret in the world. It is a World Heritage Site built by Qutbuddin Aibak and Iltutmish. The monuments of Mughal period. The Mughals built magnificent forts, palaces, gates, mosques. They also laid out many beautiful gardens with water running through them as the Nishad Bagh in Kashmir, the Shalimar Bagh at Lahore, and the Pinjore Gardens in Punjab. Akbar built the Agra Fort and Fatehpur Sikri in red sandstone. Buland Darwaza and Panch Mahal of Fatehpur Sikri are buildings worth seeing. Temples, mosques, Havelis, baolis, forts, tombs, gardens, and paintings during the period of Delhi Sultanate at Mughals are pieces of marvel. Temples. During the period of Delhi Sultanate and Mughals, beautiful temples were built. Jain temples of Dilwara in Mount Abu, the Khajuraho temples built by the Chandelas, Konark temples in Bhubaneswar, Jagannath temple in Puri, Orissa, and the Brihadeshwara temple at Thanjavur built by Rajaraja Chola are few to mention. Mosques. With the coming of the Muslims, mosques became an integral part of Indian architecture. Mosques had certain special features like large courtyards, minarets, domes, gumbaz, use of Islamic calligraphy and geometric shapes, mihrab, arch, or niche on an inside wall indicating the direction of Makkah. From the 12th century onwards, we find the introduction of arches to give support to the superstructures above the doors and windows. Limestone cement mixed with stone chips and horizontal beams across two vertical columns was used to give strength to the buildings. Havelis. Majestic and grand Havelis were built in Rajasthan. A special feature of these Havelis was the colorful paintings on the walls. Courtyards are also special features of these Havelis, giving them a spacious look. Baolis. A number of baolis or step wells were built in the medieval period. They indicate how people of those times were aware of water conservation. Forts, tomb, gardens, and paintings. The Mughal emperors expressed their power and grandeur through magnificent forts like the Agra Fort and Red Fort. The tombs built by them with central towering dome and tall gateway became a unique feature. The first example of this was the Humayun's tomb, and it reached its climax in the magnificent Taj Mahal. They also beautified their monuments by laying them down in the midst of gardens called Char Bagh. The Indian painting traditions reached excellence during the Mughal period. Mughal paintings, Pahari paintings, and Rajputana paintings are still admired all over the world. Language and literature. With the arrival of Turks in India in the 10th century, a new language, Persian, was introduced in India. Amir Khusro was a famous Persian writer. Along with Persian, many regional languages such as Hindi, Bangla, and Marathi were also developing. Bhakti poems were composed in these regional languages. Persian literature reached its excellence during Akbar's reign. Writers like Abul Fazl wrote the Akbarnama and Ainai Akbari in Persian. Mahabharata was translated in Persian. The most notable Hindi poet of this period was Tulsidas, who wrote Ramcharitmanas in Awadhi, a dialect of Hindi. Swami Haridas, Tansen, and Baiju Bawra promoted music of North India. Carnatic music flourished in South India. Thus, two classical systems of music flourished in India: Hindustani music and Carnatic music.